Hello? Aha, haha, it's working, it's working, da 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 da. I wasn't sure everything was going to work. I honestly wasn't. I'm going to unplug my headset. It might beep at us in a couple of seconds. Do I have something I can give it audio? There we go. A little bit of audio. That ought to keep it from freaking out. This is the first time streaming with my new setup. Not that the setup is complete. The setup is very much a work in progress. But we're getting there. I got my headset on, which is where my voice is coming from, instead of just going into my camera and using the big microphones there. Oh gosh, I can't even pick stuff up. That's a good day, right? When you can't even pick it up. Alright, let's just put some stuff there. Ooh, isn't it interesting looking? I'm going to turn my fan on, actually. Which you shouldn't really be able to hear. So that's good. And, OBS is showing my Twitch chat up here instead of showing my YouTube chat. I guess that's kind of a problem with what I'm doing here. Fortunately, I have the stream open, so I can just literally turn my head and look. Let's see, we can get rid of that receipt. I don't need to know how much money I've spent. Oh man, my analytics, they just popped up. Somebody was watching and then they left me. That's depressing. It really is. I wish they'd stayed. You know, we could have chatted. They could have said something to me. They could have been like, yo, elizibar, and I would have been like, yo. And they'd have been like, you want to chat? And I would have been like, let's chat. And then we all could have chatted together. But as it is, we don't have that luxury. We're living in the real world. Absolutely living in the real world. Oh, there's another receipt. Hey, do I get like a... Yeah, next time I shop at Westfield Comics, I get $5 off. That's pretty cool. Okay. I don't really need that paper bag, but I'll just add it to the pile. Let's see. That's all good to go. What else did I get recently? I got some of the other Walmart books. And let me just open this up. What came in the mail? Man, I still got a bunch of books to read from last week. That's not a good sign for me. Okay, I got some stuff in the mail here. Up. Come on. Get all the little swaggy stuff. And where did White Widow go? That's a good question. They should have been right there. Oh, they're under coronary. Okay. Hey. No sliding. Stay. Stay. You would think stuff wouldn't slide so much. Hey, J-Dodd. Welcome to the party. Glad to have you here. This is the first time actually streaming with my GoPro camera and all that stuff, as opposed to using my phone's camera. It is like a Frankenstein monster of a mess. There's a wire like running right here. There's wires at my feet. There's nowhere to work. But yeah, anyway, enough whining. Let's look at some of this stuff. This was a Kickstarter I backed a while back. Ryan Burke, I think, was the person running it. He's the writer, I think. When I was in Chicago a while back at a graham crackers store there, which one was it? I don't remember the location, but they had these books on the shelf. I'd backed the Kickstarter before that, and got a little letter, some little stickers. Yeah, these little sticker things. Got this little mini print card, which is kind of cool. That silhouette is awesome looking. And then we got the 3 issues from the series. I don't know if this is the complete series or just the ones that are done. But looking forward to reading those. Come on, don't fall. There we go. White Widow. First issue, 2 covers. Midtown Comics, like last week, just randomly was like, hey, yo, you know that book that's sold out everywhere? We got 2 of them. So I bought them. I hear the story is actually not that good, but I almost backed the Kickstarter, so I was like, what the hey, I'm just going to go for it. I am just going to go for it. Alright, that's all that stuff. Let's see, this is some stuff from Antarctic Press I got in the mail. The 3rd print of Rags. Was this like the 2nd print of Punchline? Oh, and the cat cover. Don't forget the cat cover, which was a separate order, which means they took like $4 of shipping money. Oh, they soaked me on shipping, man. They absolutely did. I guess I can't complain too much because it came in a Gemini mailer with bubble wrap between 2 cardboard pieces. Like, it was shipped as primo gets. See, over the weekend, I went out to one of my local Walmarts, and I got ye old 100-page giants, but I only got 3 of them because that was all the store had. I got the Wonder Woman one, I got the Superman one, and the Titans one here for this month. And then today I went to a different Walmart, and this was all they had. Batman #9. They had 3 copies of this, so I grabbed one of them. I guess next time I'm out going to Walmart or something, I'll have to look and see if they've restocked. These things are a mystery to me. I don't understand them. I really don't understand them. Like, I think Jim Lee tweeted something like, oh, we're expanding, these are selling well and stuff. I have no idea when they stock them. I have no idea when they go on sale. Like, I would like to know that so I can go and beat the freaking people that, you know, just buy them up to resell them on eBay. You know, I hate flippers, man. I really do. Probably why I don't like swimming in the ocean that much. But yeah, that wasn't a very good joke. Oh, my stream health is yellow. What's up with that? Check resolution is 19 by 1200. Am I back? Sorry about that. My headset decided that now was a good time to just automatically turn itself off. That means I need to get some noise because it thinks it's not actually doing anything. So let me cue up a little bit of music to play. Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there. It's just my headset thinks that I'm not using it, so it turned itself off to conserve battery, which is silly. If I want it turned off, I will turn it off myself. Where's what I'm looking for? Just get some background noise going. Maybe crank that up a little bit. That way I'll talk louder. If I have music in the background, I might talk a little louder. Okay, now we should be good to go. See, this is why we're doing it. We're working out the kinks. Like I said, this is my first time streaming with this particular setup, so it's all a learning experience right now. And it looks like the only thing that it's docking me for in the stream health is the resolution of the stream. It doesn't like that I'm streaming at my desktop resolution, which is 1920 by 1200. To that I say, screw you, YouTube. We're doing it my way. So I still got 2 of these to go. I got the flash one. I gotta get the... that's probably a little too loud, isn't it? Just go back to being some background noise to keep my headset alive. I gotta get the flash one, which, oh, that was kind of mediocre last month. And then I gotta get the Swamp Thing one, which was also kind of mediocre. If I remember right, the Swamp Thing one is the one that had the Shadow Pack story in it, and that was by far the best thing in it. I haven't really flipped through the Titans one, except very briefly, so I don't really know what I'm in for, except the usual set of stories. Super Sons, Sideways, which you can see here. So, maybe it'd be cool. I'm kind of interested to see what happens with Hawk and Dove, because they're being manipulated by a villain with mind control powers. And then Batman is in the Old West. Oh, that's right, because what? Why did they? Oh yeah, because Vandal Savage did something to him. I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. Ha! Green Lantern wearing a green vest. Batman's all in like black and gray. I dig it. Oh, dude, I don't know what's going on in these two pages. But that looks cool. I'm looking forward to reading that. Oh, dude, he is so dope looking. It makes some sense. A little bit of sense. Comics shouldn't make complete sense, but they need to make some sense. Otherwise, the stories are crazy. You know what? Before we go any further, I got this non-stick mat. I want to put it down and see if that helps stop this thing from sliding so much. Oh man, it took some of the rubber off when I pulled the tape loose. That's terrible. So let's see. Fold it. Yeah, that'll be just about perfect. A little something like that. Oh, if I could raise this side up just a smidge, that would help with the glare. What do I got that I can put under there real quick? I don't have a little notebook or something, do I? Hold on, PC Gamer Magazine to the rescue. I knew this magazine would be useful one day. For something. Yeah, that's kind of precarious. Let's give it a try, though. Let's put a book down. Do we still have a lot of glare? Oh, a little bit. So I need something a little bigger than that. This is riveting stream right here. This is the high quality content that you come to me for. Like, who else would give you the we're stacking comic books underneath a plastic mat stream? Like, seriously. What kind of maniac would do that? None but me. Anyway, I'll find a better way to prop this up. But for now, I think that looks a little better because it reduces the glare right here at the bottom. And that looks a lot better, I think. Anyway, J-Dot, I don't think I asked you. How are you doing tonight? You doing good? Oh, you know what? I need different music. Let me pull up the Endless Space soundtrack. That is a great piece of music. I love listening to it. Let's see. Music. It's also an hour long, so it's not going to repeat on a 2.5, 3-minute loop like this song will. I just like this song because I own it. Completely. I have... Well, maybe not completely. I mean, I guess my band owns it. But I'm like the only member of the band. You're good? Got third shift. I never had to officially really work third shift, but I do get on call stuff in the middle of the night sometimes. I kind of understand that. It's an interesting time to work. So, first issue here. This is the only thing I bought at Westfield Comics. My guy at Graham Cracker is supposed to have this on my pull list, but he has not ordered them for me, so I don't think they're ever coming in. It is what it is. I'm drinking a Coke. I do like cola. I don't think this is going to be very good. Every issue, I think this series has kind of fallen off a little bit more. Look at this. The only detail on the wall is a badly applied gradient. Oh, that's clever. The good, the bad, the gelatinous. Oh, hey, it's the things from Mass Effect that speak overly literally. Wait, what does the dog have goggles on? What is even going on in this book? I I'll complain about this book on the review of it. We'll let it go for now. We'll let it escape our wrath for the moment. Let's see. Oh, we got a 50-cent bin thing here. Yet another still in bag Malibu book. Ooh. I was telling my shop man today, because there's like one of these in the bin every time I go in there, and I always get one. I always get it. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have like a complete collection of in plastic Malibu comics. And he just looked at me. He's like, I don't think I'd admit that out loud. Then I laughed, and I'm like, I kind of like some of it. He's like, yeah, a couple series were pretty good, but I didn't like Prime. And I'm like, I don't really remember Prime. I remember seeing it as a kid. He's like, yeah, they kind of banked on it, and then it turned out the creator was a pedo or something. And I'm like, okay. Awkwardly, time to leave. Which, in hindsight, wasn't good because I forgot to tell him that he didn't need to get me a Sparrowhawk number 3 or whatever it is I was missing before. But, hey, that's life. Ultraverse Freaks with Card. It's just so weird to me that things... I don't think that game was very good. I remember reading about that Nintendo Power. It didn't sound very good back then. It's an LJN game, that's why. It kind of blows my mind that things survive 20, 25 years in their original packaging unopened. Like, that blows my mind. Like, I remember I was reading about a copy of, I think it was Super Mario Brothers, in the original test market packaging, which is a cardboard box sealed by a piece of tape that hadn't been opened. And that thing sold for, like $100,000. I'm just like, what on earth? Number one, how did it survive that long in its original packaging? Number two, really nobody's played it? And number three, if you're the guy who's validating it, like, what do? You can't open the package to make sure the game looks okay. So do you just, like, examine the tape seal to make sure it hasn't been cut? Like, that's crazy to me. I mean, that'd be like me keeping this box here that I got in the mail today sealed, and then, they have to validate that I didn't cut the tape. Now, I've already cut the tape because I'm going to open this up on a video later, but... like, oh yeah, what's in the mystery box? Look at that. It's a real retro game treasure box, still sealed in the original packaging, with shipping label intact. Wow! It doesn't make any sense to me. I really want to open these up, but if there's any chance of these things ever having value, it's keeping them in the stupid original packaging so I don't lose the coupon and I don't lose the card. And not that these will ever have any value, but maybe one day they will. For me, it's just free, and that ain't bad. One of the books holding the little mat up was also in the 50-cent bin. Let me pull that out of here. It's also a Malibu book. It's not in the original packaging. I might already have this X Mutants. I don't know. I didn't bother looking it up. It was free. It's in pretty good shape. Whew, boy, you want to talk about bad games? Here's another one. Man, how many bad games did people buy because they were featured in comic books? One thing Malibu had over some of its competitors, and by some of their competitors, I really just mean Valiant, is that coloring, man. Valiant looks like it was colored a lot of times with, like, colored pencils or watercolor color pencils. The kind of colored pencil you can dissolve in watercolor. Like, the colors don't pop a lot of times in old Valiant books. But Malibu, man, they had this down. Look at this. This is on newsprint. This is digital, and it looks pretty darn good. These colors pop. They knew what they were doing, man. The early 90s was a time of great change in comic books. And digital coloring was one of those changes. Alright, we'll put him back under the mat here so he can help hold everything up. to minimize glare. This was also a 50-cent book. I have no idea what it is. I just got it because it had this weird font up here that's vaguely Japanese-ish. Oh boy. Either that's racist or just sounded bad in my vocalized. And so that's why I picked it up, and then I like flipped through it, and there was some kind of cool looking stuff here. Tommy, this is the birth of Warlord. I eat stuff like this up, man. I like old anime, and old anime does faces like that all the time. It's just cool looking. This page is the opposite of cool looking. What is even going on? I don't know. I'll read this later. The Darkness and the Light, number 4, by Hyperworks. $2.95 American. Image. Oh, this was an image book? I don't see any indication on the interior cover that it was an image book. But maybe Hyperworks is an image imprint? I don't know. I don't think I care that much. Wait, film production? Is this a movie or something? What? Whew. Okay, there is some mystery here, and I'm not going to unpack it today. Let's go over to the... I didn't get that much stuff today. Like, my total collection did not grow that much today. Like, over at Graham Cracker Comics, where I get most of my books, I only picked up 5. They're all independent. And 2 of them are from Valiant. What is going on here? Where's Marvel? Where's DC? Like, can't you guys produce books I want? The answer is apparently no, we can't, which is actually kind of totally really depressing. But that's life. I'm watching the stats in Streamlabs, the CPU fluctuating up and down as it processes the video. Everything seems to be going pretty well. From the technological side, I am surprised at how well all this stuff actually seems to be working. Whether it's the camera up here, the lighting I think needs to be brighter. That's probably one of the next things I'm going to work on. But I got to rework my desk here to remove all these cables and stuff that's just making a mess of everything, because it's no good on my desk right now, and I can't even get close to the books. I'm having to sit like a foot further back than normal because the USB cable that runs to the video capture device is right here, and it's got some tension on it. Anyway, these are the books I got at Graham Crackers. These 4 are on my pull, and this was one I had just marked down as I wanted to look at it. And when I opened it up, I guess Don Aguilo did everything. But I opened it up. It was wordy, but I saw all this kind of painterly style art. It's all like, that's the way that I describe it. It's like digital paintings. And I was like, you know what? There's some good looking stuff in here. If nothing else, I want to flip through this thing and take in every page just for how it looks. Because it looks pretty darn good. I kind of wish there was more guttering and not everything was full bleed. But the effect is used for the full bleed really well on this page. Because you have stuff in this background and then these panels are inset on top of it. So right there, the full bleed actually works pretty cool. Works pretty well. So that's Rise, number 1 from Scout Comics. Not exactly a big publisher. $3.99. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good. Last issue of Sparrowhawk. Oh my gosh, I still got to read and review the previous 2, don't I? Oh man, I'm spoiling it. I don't even want to flip through it because I'm going to spoil the book for myself. But I really enjoy the art in this book. It's different from just about everything else. It's very fluid. It's evocative. It's not overly concerned with detail where it doesn't need to be. Heck, it's not even overly concerned with like shape. It like anatomical correctness. It's concerned with capturing the motions. And maybe I should kind of trash this because, like I make fun of Cal Arts and it's vaguely reminiscent of that, but I'm not going to make fun of it. I like it. I actually like it. Criminal number 3, man. Number 2 took this weird direction into comic books, and it looks like number 3 still going into this weird direction into comic book crime. Like, that's a weird choice, but I guess if you're Ed Brubaker, you can totally just do it, huh? Kind of crazy. As I smack into my cables holding this up. This is why I got to rerun all these cables, because this is a very fragile setup I have. Had to step out for a bit. You're back? Well, welcome back, man. I saw the viewer count change, but I didn't know if it was you or somebody else coming in and leaving. I don't think you missed too awful much. I mean, just me talking about some of these indie books. Incursion, I kind of liked and kind of didn't like the first one. Like, there was some stuff I really liked about it, and we skipped the entire book. And then there was stuff I didn't like about it, and I kind of have a feeling I'm going to feel the same way about this. But just watching the what's that guy's name? The Eternal Warrior, like killing people to protect the Geomancer. Like, it's gonna be fun. I have a feeling that Andy Diggle's not gonna let me down. Not again. He can't let me down again. He only let me down for like 3 issues of Shadow Man. He better not do it again. If he does, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna let him know. Let him know he disappointed me. Yeah, like I'm gonna threaten somebody over comic books. What am I? The war campaign or something, man? Oh, boy, that comic books is... Twitter is such a mess this past week. Like, it got quiet, I guess, and then everybody just wanted to get views and clicks and stuff, so they kicked it up. Oh my god, this cost me $4.99? How much did Incursion cost? Hold on. $3.99. So the big event going on right now is valued less than the life and death of Toyo Harada? Really? That's crazy. You know, I bought this, pre-ordered it purely on the strength of the cover. I thought that was really cool looking. And of course, kind of knowing who Toyo Harada was, I figured it's going to be pretty good. Let's take a little peek-see inside. Looks like we're getting a little history lesson, yeah. And then Psyots. Oh, that's some cool looking stuff. Okay, they got me. People floating in space. I'm sold. Dan Abnett. Oh my god, please tell me I pre-ordered that. I know I had to pre-order that. If I didn't pre-order that, I'm going to have to buy this. I love Dan Abnett's writing. He's kind of a hack writer, and he is great. You're not on Twitter, found to be dumb times. J. Dodd, sir, you may be the smartest person hanging out on this stream right now. Like, I waste so much time on Twitter, but I kind of feel like I have to some extent, just to kind of make people aware that I exist, that I have YouTube videos and stuff like that. Because if I don't do it, then how am I going to know? But boy, oh boy, it is so easy. So easy to get caught up in that dumb drama, that stupid stuff. And it is such a time sink. If I'm not careful, I will spend like an hour on Twitter accomplishing nothing, doing nothing, speaking nothing real, just kind of like BSing, and not even in a really enjoyable way. It's a trap. Way back when I was in grad school, Facebook was kind of like that, and then I figured it out. And once I figured it out, all I did on Facebook is I just went on every day and played some Bejeweled Blitz, and then I was outs. Oh! This is Fallen World. This is amazing! I don't even know what that is, but I want to see it get killed. Ah, I sure hope I pre-ordered that book. I have high hopes that The Life and Death of Toyo Harada is going to be really good, but we will have to do the review for that. We'll have to absolutely do that review. Did we hit all the stuff I got in the last week? I'm kind of looking around. I think we did. I think we got everything. It's not even that much stuff. That's the... Like, what I bought today is just... It's essentially nothing. Like, compared to some of my weekly hauls. Anyway. We should do a little arrangement or something. Let's put the 50-cent books. Like, kinda over there. And put, like, these Valiant books on top of them. Oh, actually, let's reverse that ordering. And do it kind of like that. We have Criminal... Sparrowhawk, Guncats, put Rise. Oh, you can't see the title of Rise, can you? There we go. Something like that. And that's basically the haul this week. What did I spend? Like $25? That's a low point. I usually spend way more than that. Usually it's like 20 bucks at one store and 20 bucks at another. So I'm actually kind of proud of myself for not spending more money. But at the same time, it feels like this was a week I could have just skipped. I could have just skipped this week and picked this stuff up next week, and I really don't feel like I would have missed much. That's not a good place to be, like, except for Toyo Harada. Like, that book, I wasn't, like, super waiting on any of these titles. You know, they were just kind of like, oh yeah, when that comes out, I'll pick it up. Toyo Harada was the only one I was like, yeah, this is going to be great. Because my shop man, every time I go into Graham Crackers, he talks to me about Valiant books, and he talks up Toyo Harada. So, if this isn't good, I'm going to rub it in his face. I'm going to be like, dude, that was the worst thing I've ever read. And he's going to give me this, like, sad puppy look, even though he's, like, older than me. And then next week after that, he's going to sell me on some other Valiant book. While I was in the store today, there was a guy, I think he was buying some books for his nephew or something, which is something I kind of keep an eye out for when I'm shopping around for comic books, is I look for stuff that might be appropriate for my younger nephew or my niece. And, you know, he's like, oh yeah, what kind of characters is he like? And the guy's like, well, I don't really know. So before the guy left, he had 2 trades from Valiant. He had Exo Man of War and Ninjak. And yeah, those trades are pretty cheap. I think Valiant trades are only like $10. They're totally a bargain basement. And I think overall I've been very pleased with the Valiant books I have read. Harbinger Wars kind of let me down, but thinking about it, it's kind of setting up everything else that's going to happen in the Valiant universe, so it was important that it happened. I just don't necessarily know that I had to read it, or wanted to read it. You never read Valiant? I don't really blame you. If my shopman had not pushed Valiant, the new Valiant on me, I probably never would have read any of it. I remember back in the 90s reading some Valiant, Exo Man of War, Magnus Robot Fighter, like one issue of Turok. I never bought any of this stuff because it was I couldn't afford it. Valiant was always a little more expensive, I feel like. But I read some of it, and it was pretty good back then. And I had fond memories of Shadow Man, which is why Shadow Man's on my pull list. But my shop man, he loves Valiant books. He reads them all. And he'll talk your ear off about them. And when somebody out there has that kind of infectious enthusiasm for something, it is so freaking hard to resist it. Oh, look at that shadow fist shaking at the shop man. Stop making me buy things. So I think his efforts have been well spent because they've gotten me to buy things. You know what? I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to put some of these... I'm going to go ahead and bag these things so they don't get dinged up. I just have them sitting in a drawer here under my desk. And... oh, I noticed one of my books the other day that had been in there a while had a dinged corner. So let's prevent dinged corners real quick as I drop my... that is it? Oh my god. I bought 1,000 bags and boards like 3 months ago, and this is all I have left? What have I been doing? Okay, I'm down to like 100 of them. I'm going to have to buy like another lot. Which means... there's nowhere to maneuver. Which means I'm going to need more boxes. Oh my god. I got to get these shelves up in my closet, or it's just not going to work out. And that bag just completely tore. Okay, well, that's the first time I've had a BCW bag tear on me in quite a while. They usually don't. I had some bad ones the first time I bought BCW stuff, but this second batch of 1,000 has been in really good shape. Where am I going to put these? I can't stack them up in the drawer because there's other books I need to bag in there. Come on. You know, I need a co-host. Somebody I can talk to while I'm on here doing this. Alright, we'll go ahead and slip Rise into a bag here so I don't ding it up. You know, I made fun of, like, bagging books as soon as I do a review of them. But here I'm preemptively bagging them to try to protect them. So don't take this as an indication of the quality of any of these books. This is just me wanting to protect my stuff, you know? I need a better camera angle if I'm going to be bagging these things. This isn't a very good angle to watch the elite bagging action. Oh, I'm so hyped for some of this stuff. I got to sit down this weekend and find, 4 hours and just read this drawer full of comics that I have right over there. Because I have so many books. Hold on, let me take a look. Mike Miller sent you a pre-torn bag. Really? I'm still waiting. I have not got my Lone Star yet. I should have like both covers in there. And I'm still waiting on that thing. And he hasn't sent it to me. And I'm starting to worry. I'm starting to think that maybe Mike Miller doesn't like me. He didn't give me a refund or anything, so I don't know. I'm not going to tape these up. I'm just going to slip them in the bags to protect them here. Huh. This is going to be a fun one to bag because he's already in a bag. You got yours on Friday. Okay, well, I kind of backed it like on the... when did I back Lone Star? It was like 2 a.m. on the last day or something. Like, Edwin said something or other. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to throw my concerns like to the wind, and I'm just going to get the book. And I got the book. Except I haven't gotten the book. I guess I need to fold the plastic over first. On the one side, like that. And then that should let me slip this in, but I might need a Silver Age bag if the plastic is too bulky. I'm getting low on Silver Age bags too. I gotta get some more, and for all these Walmart books, I gotta get the BCW Modern Giant bags. Hey, we got it. It doesn't want to slip in because it's plastic on plastic. But there we go. I mean, it's not in there great, but that's good enough for now. just set these aside. Let's go ahead and get this X Mutants that's hanging out under here. The Ferret. And I guess we can get this magazine out of the way. You only got the main cover. I almost only got the main cover. And then my completionism, which is a terrible, terrible affliction. And I hope you don't have it. My completionism got the better of me. And it was late at night. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do it. And then I did it. And I've been kind of telling myself, why did you do it, you idiot? Like, I mean, I can afford it. But still, it's like, that's money. Where's my bag of Silver Age bags? Let's see. That's my Reserve Modern bags. My merge. Oh, here we go. Silver Age. One. I actually use the brown paper bags that Westfield Comics gives me to kind of organize my bags a little bit so I can keep track of where they are. So this Batman book is going to be too big, or going to be too small for a Silver Age bag. It's going to slide around in there. But I've just decided in my life that I'm just going to accept that. If I had the BCW bags for large books, still, if I hadn't run out of those like 4 months ago, I wouldn't have to do this. But yeah, it is what it is. Wait, there's another PC Gamer in my comic book drawer? Okay, I apparently just have more magazines than I know what to do with here. Look at this. We're just getting into stuff from last week now. But I feel like I should just go ahead, bag this stuff. You know, I'm not going to bag these. They're already in bags. And this one has a Tyvek house wrap, indestructible cover. Isn't that amazing? I got a soft spot for collecting manga that's been turned into single issue comic books. I don't know why, man. I really don't, because it doesn't make any sense to me why I like that. But I do. So whenever I see one in the 50-cent bin, I end up picking them up. Even if I end up having to pay for them. Like I got a... Oh, Marvel's Annotated does not want to go in. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. That's a real tight fit. I should have used a different bag, but he's just going to live in there for the week. Let's see, Fearscape number 2. I got number 3 around here somewhere. I need to read both of those and review them. Preferably before the next issue comes out, unlike Sparrowhawk. Speaking of which, number 3. Let's see, Rebirth of the Gangster does not need to get bagged. I just got to read that thing. Oh man, I forgot. Look at all this stuff I got in here. There's some great stuff down in this desk drawer. I got to read and review those. I need to see if number 4 and 5 have come out yet. I'm sure they have. Let's see. This stuff is all bagged already. You can just go right back in there. And we need to bag this stuff. I saw her lasso right here, and for a second I thought that was somebody signing it in a gold pin. I was like, oh, what? Huh? Oh, that could have been cool. Just discovering I randomly have a signed book. Where did that come from? I don't remember getting somebody to sign that. I backed a couple of Kickstarters today. David Lucarelli, Alterna's Tinseltown. Kickstarter for the graphic novel version. I backed that puppy, and I got it at the level of, please scribble all over my books. So I'm going to get a signed graphic novel and all the single issues signed, which means I'll now have 3 copies of each single issue. What am I going to do with those? You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Yeah, I guess I got to find somebody I can give them to. You know what I need is one of those clamp things with like the ostrich neck for my camera, because then I can just like position it somewhere and not have to spend any time thinking about it. Oh, but that is an enhancement for the future. I have started looking at that kind of stuff. I just haven't taken action based on it yet. We're going to dig all the rest of these out and see what I need to bag still. Oh man, that's something else I got to read is this Middle West stuff I bought, because I got a bunch of issues of that to read. I think I buy too much stuff. I've really got to stop buying so many comics. It's an obsessive hobby. It's almost a vice. And look at this. I bought Middle West 1, 3rd and 4th printing. Why? Why? I don't know. I bought both covers to Lone Star. Why? I don't know. And I don't know is not a satisfying answer for anything you might do in your life. So, nah. I guess it is what it is. But I heard this Middle West stuff was supposed to be really good, so I thought I'd get in on it, man. And they also said stuff like the value of the first issue, that like the first printing, is just getting jacked way up. So maybe it is, and maybe getting in on it was a good idea. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I have to read it and find out. We just randomly have a cardboard backing board hanging out here. Well, I don't know if that's a BCW one or not, so I'll just set it aside. Look, all these extra alternate books that I have, because I buy a copy from Peter Samedi, and I get a copy at my store. Let's see, this stuff I'm just going to shove in that torn bag for safekeeping. You only ever buy one cover. That is a good policy. I reckon I just have more money than sense. Alright, we just stuck this stuff temporarily in that torn bag. It'll be fine. I might take a piece of tape and just tape it up and leave this crap in here. I don't know. Let's see, Coronary is already bagged. White Widow is already bagged. The 3 Antarctic books are already bagged. Rags is one exception, man. I go out of my way to get like every version of those books. I am a sucker. I'm absolutely a sucker. Oh, and these are already... I had the foresight to go ahead and bag this stuff. Great. I don't have to do it later. Whew. Boy. I feel kind of tired after that. I'm going to take the opportunity while I'm here and thinking about it to maybe come up with a better way to do this. What if I do a little like tuck? Because it wants to curl that way anyway. Little something like that. But that has the problem that the sides droop, and it still doesn't really fix the it just made this part raise up just as much. I have to find a solution for the glare problem, because it needs to be at an angle probably about like there to solve it, and that's kind of high up. I'm sure I got some little rubber blocks or something I could put under the corners here, like keyboard kickstands or something. But we have been going for almost an hour, so J Dodd, thank you for hanging out with me, and the other couple of people that I've seen popping in and out, because my viewer counts fluctuated between 1 and 4. I think it was at 5 at one point. Thank you all for hanging out with me. But I think I'm going to let you go. And you all take care of yourselves. And I'm just kind of getting used to the way this looks. Oh, we've been streaming under gaming. This is hardly gaming. It doesn't even have a good stream name. Oh my god, I told Streamlabs OBS what the stream title should have been, but it just didn't take it. Anyway, peace to you too, J-Dod. You have a great rest of your evening, a great third shift, and hopefully I'll see you next week, man. Hopefully. Bye-bye.